Hey guys, so I'm back, I guess. That's been the intro to the last like 3 videos. But hopefully I promise, maybe-ish, I might possibly be able to do some more videos a bit more frequently this month. January, I know it's already almost halfway through January, but hopefully I've got a bit more free time now since Christmas and New Year's and everything's finished. So New Year, since the New Year's come over, 2012. And so what I thought I'd do would be I would make a 2011 roundup video, basically just to talk about what stuff's happened in 2011. Now what I thought I'd do was do categories. So first up, there's movies. First on my list is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Yep, that came out 2011. Wow. It's pretty crazy that Harry Potter is completely finished. Yeah, so all the movies are out, and so I'm in two frames of mind, as in when I find like a series or whether it's YouTube series or television series that I haven't seen before, it's fun to be able to go back and like watch all of them in a row without having to wait for them to come out. But there was always that cool anticipation for waiting for it to come out. And like when I was really little, I remember when I was like just introduced to Star Wars, I remember waiting and looking on the website and crazy waiting for when number 3 or the Revenge of the Sith was going to come out. And so I'm in two frames of mind. There's people around the world and people who are growing up now who probably haven't seen Harry Potter before, or if they have, they've just started reading it. And so it is cool for them to be able to read all the books and watch all the movies in succession. Next up on my list is TV shows. Now, first of all, Doctor Who. Doctor Who 2011. Now, this is a show that is probably going to come up every year. So I'll just do a quick brief, same word, but got to do a quick little introduction. Because first of all, if you haven't watched Doctor Who or don't know what it is, Google it, go on like YouTube, people upload it onto YouTube, or you can find it everywhere. But yeah, Doctor Who, great stuff. This 2011 season is pretty good. I'd have to say it's probably not been my favourite out of everything, but it's definitely got some cool stuff. The Silents were originally a nice character, and I won't go into that too much because if you do know, I actually do make a Doctor Who review, and so you can either go back and watch that, or if you have watched it already, then you probably know my thoughts on the matter. But anyway, Doctor Who, awesome stuff. Can't wait for the 2012 begins. And also, I am going to, yes, I have seen the Christmas special, and I probably will be doing a review of it, and I also might do a quick review of the 2010 and the 2009 special, because I wasn't making videos then. But that's if I get time, so hopefully. Anyway, again, now I've got another TV show on my list, and that's Merlin. Now this is a bit like Doctor Who, except it's nothing at all like Doctor Who, because it's in the medieval kind of Merlin the Magician time. Now, it's a bit like Doctor Who in the fact that it's got that kind of adventure thing, as in they've got to be a bit of save. There's like a out-of-the-world problem and he's got to fix it. It tends to be, since it's medieval, it's like magic fix. So there's King Arthur and Uther, his father, and basically what usually happens, depending on what season you're watching, some kind of magician or demon or magical creature comes up against him, and that's because Uther, a bunch of people were using magic for the wrong thing, and so Uther did like a crusade kind of thing. He went and killed and jailed all magicians to stop it, and basically now any of the rest of the living magicians are mad at him, except for Merlin. He has a destiny, which he chats about that with a dragon, and basically he's got a destiny, and with Gaius, his physician guy, they're King Arthur's servants, and basically they work together because he's a magician, they work together to try and save him and it's really cool because Arthur doesn't even know. He never knows that his servant is saving him with all his crazy magical powers. But anyway, Merlin, that's another good one. The season's just finished, I think, actually. So the 2012 season should be up soon. And again, worth a look. I don't watch many TV series, mostly because I'm using free TV in Australia, so I don't get cable or Foxtel or whatever it's called wherever you are. And basically, there tends to be a lot of sitcoms, and there are a lot of the kind of relationship sitcoms, which I'm not very interested in. But that's all for TV shows. I'll move on to the next one. Books. Now, what books have come out in 2011? I went and thought about this, and I actually haven't read many 2011 books. I've been getting into some fantasy stuff and some sci-fi, and I've actually been reading some of the old ones, like Raymond D. Feist, which some of those books were made in like the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s. So I went and had a look through, and I actually found a few. First of all, there's Alex Rider. Now, I did a video on this a little while ago, probably, yeah, a bit of a while ago, but it's basically a teenage kid spy thing. Now, I know kid spy sounds a bit dorky. A lot of you guys probably have come across some kind of kid spy, whether it's boy or girl, depending on whatever you are. You tend to come across a few. And this one I found reasonably good because it's not so much of a kiddie book. It has a bit more of the teenage kind of references, and yeah, it's just a bit more action than say the kind of kid spy thing where he works out the problem in the playground. And I found it quite good. It really helped me in my early years of reading when, in mid primary school, I was a reluctant reader, so I wasn't much of a reader at all. And this is one of the series, along with a series of unfortunate events, and I found it really good to get me kick-started into reading. So anyway, the final book, which is Scorpio Rising, came out in 2011, and I found that quite a good book. It was one of the best of the series, and it had a bit of a sad but a good ending to the series, and I found that really good. So if you do like those kind of books, or you're kind of early teens-ish, or even 11 or 12 that you like reading, or you know someone that kind of is in the age or into spyish books, worth a read. It's Anthony Horowitz, and he's done a pretty good job, I reckon. Moving on, The Fault in Our Stars. For a second there, I actually thought that was 2011, but it's not. It's January 2012. Now, I know this is a 2011 video, but I just can't miss it out. So The Fault in Our Stars, it comes out, and it's pretty much out by when this video comes out, 10th of January. I've got mine pre-ordered, but international Australia shipping from Amazon, I checked, they will ship it to Australia, and I've got it shipped, but it's going to take a while. I've been quoted the 18th of February, so unfortunately John and Hank, mainly John, who said you wanted to have no spoilers so we could all read it at the same time. Unfortunately, I can't read it at the same time as you, but I'll try and avoid as much spoilers as I can. But yeah, Fault in Our Stars, I got mine pre-ordered, so I get my signed copy. And also there was that live stream of when they did the Chicago book, or the Massachusetts, or I've got no idea. But there was a live stream of when they did one of the book shows, and that was pretty cool. That was very cool. Some guys hijacked the live stream. That ended up a really cool time. They did about 2 hours of live stream so you could see what was on stage, and then when the stage finished, when everyone was lining up for the books, some guys hijacked the laptop. Left it in good order, of course, but anyway,